Last Thursday at like 11 p.m., I got a Cash App notification, $49, just sitting there. And I hadn't done anything that day except run a few prompts through a free tool and send one email. No degree, no client pitch, no portfolio with fancy logos. Just me, my laptop, and a tool that most people scroll past without clicking. Okay, real quick, I'm Alex. This channel is about using AI tools to actually make money. Not theory, not potential, real numbers, real steps, real results. 18 months ago, I was moving freight for a logistics company here in Atlanta. $38,000 a year. Decent enough, but I was exhausted and had nothing to show for it. I started messing with AI tools at night after my shifts. 6 months later, the income I was building on the side crossed what my job was paying me, so I left. And I haven't looked back since. That's what this channel is, me showing you exactly what I did, step by step, nothing held back. Okay, so here's the situation that started all this. I kept seeing people online talking about making money with AI, and honestly, most of it looked fake. Screenshots with blurry numbers. I made $10,000 in a week with absolutely zero explanation of how. I'm not built like that. My mom, growing up, she always said if you can't explain it simply, you probably don't really understand it. So I stayed skeptical. But here's what I actually needed to solve. I had clients, small business owners, who were hitting me up asking for things like product descriptions, social media captions, email sequences, basic stuff. And I was doing it manually, writing everything from scratch. A decent 10 email welcome sequence was taking me like 4 hours, which meant I was charging maybe $80 for something that drained half my day. That's not $33 an hour. That's maybe $12, $13 an hour if you do the real math. After edits, revisions, the client asking, can you make it pop more? You know how that goes. So I started looking for a way to cut that production time down without cutting the quality. I wasn't trying to flood Fiverr with garbage AI slop. I wanted to actually deliver something good, just faster. I tried a couple of paid tools first. One of them was $49 a month. Another was $29. And they were fine. But I wasn't ready to stack subscriptions when I was still building. I needed something free that wasn't just a crippled demo. And that's when I landed on the tool I'm about to show you. The tool is called ChatGPT, specifically the free version. But I'm not just talking about typing a question and seeing what happens. That's not how I use it. The difference is in how you prompt it. And I'm going to show you a system that turns this free tool into something that can genuinely bill at $33 an hour or more. Look, the free tier of ChatGPT is GPT-4o. Right now, as of this video, it's free. You sign up, you get access to a legitimately powerful model. No credit card, no trial that expires and charges you. Now, here's why most people don't make money with it. They use it like Google. They type a vague question and get a vague answer and go, yeah, that's not good enough. Like, that's not how this works. This is a tool. You have to know how to use it. What I built is basically a prompt framework. I call it my client-ready content system. It's a set of prompts I run in sequence for any copywriting or content job. Product listings, email sequences, Instagram captions, LinkedIn posts, website homepage copy, whatever the client needs. The prompts are specific. They include the brand voice, the audience, the goal of the piece, and the format. And when you input all of that up front, what comes out is 80–90% usable on the first pass, which is the whole game. Because the money isn't in generating content. It's in generating content fast enough that your hourly rate becomes real. And again, this is free, $0. You don't need the paid version for what I'm showing you today. Here's exactly how I run a job from start to finish. Step 1, lock down the brief in 5 minutes. When a client reaches out, I send them a simple Google form. 3 questions. What's your product or service? Who's your customer? What action do you want them to take? That's it. Most clients fill it out in 5 minutes because it's not overwhelming. This is what gives me everything I need to prompt properly. Step 2, build your master prompt. I open ChatGPT and I start with what I call a voice brief. Something like, You are a copywriter for, their audience is, the tone is, the goal of every piece is to write with short sentences, active voice, and a clear call to action. I.e., first every single time. Step 3, run the actual deliverable prompt. Then I say, I write a 5 email welcome sequence for a new subscriber. Email 1 should, email 2 should, I go specific. The output at this point, straight up, is about 70% done. Good structure, decent voice, clear flow. Step 4, edit and elevate. This takes me maybe 20-30 minutes. I tighten sentences, swap in better words, make sure it sounds like the brand. This is the human layer. This is what clients are paying for. Step 5, deliver an invoice. I package it in a Google Doc, drop a quick Loom video walking them through it, send the invoice. PayPal, Venmo, Cash, app. Clients pick whatever's easiest. Most people pay same day when you hand them a Loom. No cap, a 5 email sequence, I'm billing you $150, start to finish, including the form, the prompts, the editing, the delivery. About 4.5 hours the first time. That's over $33 an hour, and it gets faster every time you repeat it. Okay, so let me tell you what actually happened when I started running this system consistently. The first week, I did it right, and I mean, really followed the process, had the voice brief, had the structured prompts. I completed 3 jobs. One was a product description package for a candle brand out of Decatur. One was a 3 email cart abandonment sequence for a guy selling custom sneaker accessories. And one was a homepage rewrite for a small accounting firm. Total billed $410. Total hours, roughly 11.5. I'm not even joking. I sat there and did the math on my phone like 4 times because I didn't believe it. At my old logistics job, 11.5 hours was a shift and a half. That would have been maybe $200 before taxes. The cart abandonment sequence, that one specifically, the client messaged me back 3 days later, said the open rate on email 2 was 41%. He didn't even ask what the price was for the follow-up project. Just said, same as last time? Yes, same as last time. Now here's the moment it really clicked for me. I was sitting in my car in a Kroger parking lot here in Atlanta. It was a Tuesday, like 2 p.m., and I got a PayPal notification for $150. And I realized I had sent that invoice the night before while watching TV. The actual production time on that project was maybe 2.5 hours. That's $60 an hour. The tool didn't do everything. I want to be clear about that. ChatGPT gave me a first draft. I gave it the strategy, the brand knowledge, the editing, the client relationship, but it cut my production time by more than half. And that's where the hourly rate math changes. Much jobi ex es jobendia, shense sordi, dodinats jo. Okay, and I have to tell you this because I wasted almost 2 weeks on it. My first instinct when I found this workflow was to just pump out volume. Like, if I can do 3 jobs in 11 hours, what if I just take 10 jobs? Stack the calendar. More clients, more money, simple math, right? Wrong. Here's what happened. I said yes to too many clients at once without having the brief process locked down. So half of them were sending me vague directions. Just make it sound professional. I wanted to feel like my brand. What does that mean? I had no idea. And I couldn't prompt properly with no real input, so the output was generic. Clients asked for revisions. I spent more time on revisions than I spent on the original draft. One job that should have been 2.5 hours turned into 7 hours and 2 rounds of edits. That's like $21 an hour, and I was frustrated. The fix is simple, but most people skip it. Don't start prompting until your brief is tight. The Google Form step 1, is not optional. It's not a nice to have. It is the whole foundation. Garbage in, garbage out, no matter how good the AI is. Real talk. The AI is only as smart as the information you feed it. You are the strategist. The tool is fast, but you have to direct it. Let me be real with you because I hate when people oversell this stuff. If you're starting fresh, first month, realistically, you're looking at $300 to $600 if you land 2 or 3 small clients. That's realistic. That's not nothing, but it's not quit your job in week 1 money. By month 3, if you're consistent and you're getting referrals, you can hit $1,500 to $2,500 a month working part-time. That's where I was around month 2, 3. The ceiling is higher. I've had $4,000 months, but that took time, systems, and repeat clients. The $33 an hour figure is a real average across my projects once I had the process clean. Some jobs I make more. Some I make less. But that's the honest average. You don't need a degree. You don't need a big portfolio starting out. You need a clean, brief process, good prompts, and the ability to edit well. That's it. If this was useful, and I mean actually useful, not just interesting, hit subscribe. I drop 2 videos a week. All of it is real stuff I'm testing, no fluff. Next video I'm putting out, I'm going to show you exactly how I got my first 3 clients with 0 portfolio, 0 following, and 0 cold calling. I use one platform you already have access to and one message template. That video goes up this week, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Drop a comment below. Tell me what your current hourly rate is or what you're trying to build. I read every comment, especially early ones. Let's figure this out together. Total approximate spoken words, 4BM 580.